Welcome into Keystone Global Media, which presents to you a 6A matchup between the visiting Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Canon McMillan Big Macs. Hi, folks. I'm Dean Shazer for this matchup of two undefeated foes, the 5-0 Macs and the 2-0 Wolverines. Woodland Hills enters this matchup on a 4-game win streak dating back to last season as they finished the season with 2 wins over Penn Hills. Here at McDowell Field, Canon Mac has not only impressed on the win-loss column, but there are many reasons for it. The ERA with 10 strikeouts a game, they outscore opponents 44-13 over 5 games. In the box, they're poised as can be. Team batting average of .260 while getting on base over 42% of the time. There's many reasons why this Canon Mac team has been successful up to this point and looks to continue their trend of an undefeated march. Pitching for Canon Mac today is Sebastian Shulsky. Shulsky on the season is 2-0 over 13 innings, 13 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 5 hits, struck out 21, walked 5, and had a complete game on March 25th. 5 days ago, he pitched 7 innings in a 1-hit game and a 5-0 win over Ringgold. In that game, Shulsky struck out 13, walked 1, allowed 1 hit in the second inning. The lone hit for Ringgold was Paul Zayak. Shulsky's been impressive, but it was the last outing for MJ Marschalk, who did everything with the bat and on the mound. Marschalk finished the game with a near-complete game, pitched around 6 innings, struck out 11, just went to work on the Montour Spartans. Today, Woodland Hills tries to defeat the Demons, of which was last year, in a 3-game stint versus Canon Mac. All 3 games they were defeated 11-0, 17-0, and 17-1. So Canon McMillan outscored Woodland Hills 45-1 over a 3-game stretch last season. As I mentioned, Woodland Hills trying to do the exact opposite. On the mound for the Wolverines is Jack Urim. It's only the 3rd game for the Wolverines, as I mentioned. 2-0 on the young season. Your lineups for Canon McMillan, starting in center field is Massimo Falcone. Playing second is MJ Marschalk. Behind the plate is Troy Stimson, committed to Pittsburgh. In the 5 spot, playing third, Nico Petregas. Playing first, Braden Radu, and batting 6th. Batting 7th is Blake Simmons. On the mound, I mentioned, is Shulsky. In left is Caden Laskowski, and at short is Noah Westfall in the 9 spot. On the other side of things for Woodland Hills, leading off is Anthony Barron playing center. In the 2 spot is Marcelo Fagnelli at third. In the 3 spot, Aaron Concepcion playing shortstop. Joe Young cleaning up at first base. Playing second, Braden Lindsay batting 5th. Quentin Davis is going to be in right field, batting 6th. The designated hitter in place of Jack Urim is Sean Saunders. He will be the DH in the 7 spot. Batting 8th is Isaac Potter. He'll be playing catcher for Urim. And Braylon Hart is in left for Woodland Hills. So that about wraps up your 1 through 9 for both teams. As I mentioned, this is Keystone Global Media for a Keystone game day at McDowell Field. Sebastian Shulsky throughout the season, as I mentioned, 13 1/3 innings pitched, but it's really been the early success of the first 2 batters. 8 out of 13 innings pitched, Shulsky has gotten the first 2 outs in those innings, which is vital considering 2 outs down. Not a lot of damage to be done unless Shulsky goes from his unpoised position, which is usually dominance on the mound. Canon Mac remains undefeated, as I mentioned, 5-0, looking to go 6-0. They average just over 9 runs per game and allowing just above 2. They have a team batting average of .260 and a team on-base percentage of .422. They walk at an extremely high rate, over 5 walks per game, and they've only struck out 13 times through 5 games. The team ERA, even in the back half, Shulsky and Marschalk are big deals to it and big contributors to that team ERA. They've struck out 56 over 5 games as a unit. So here at McDowell Field on a Keystone game day, I'm Dean Shazer. It's Canon McMillan hosting Woodland Hills. Canon Mac 5-0, Woodland Hills 2-0. as first pitch was scheduled for 3:30. Going to be followed by the national anthem and a great deal of sponsors for today's game. Shulsky with a 2.10 ERA through 2 games. Looking to continue that dominance over Woodland Hills. So before first pitch, your two coaches, kind of a coach team by committee on the side for the Wolverines. You have Coach William Hart and Peanut Herbert. Today's games are brought to you by Marion Outdoors Association, Boyer Pentec, Seaside Sports, Virginia Manor Shops, Hellbender Marketing, Midtown Market, MP Coney Island, and Major Mallards. Head coach for Canon McMillan, Brendan Steele, graduated from Waynesburg, was a multi-athlete in college, played football and baseball, graduated in 2004 from Canon Mac. So, a Waynesburg student myself, looking to graduate in 4 weeks, following the footsteps of Coach Steele. We'll see. But going from Waynesburg back to his hometown in Canon McMillan. Also wanted to give a quick shout out before the game. Shout out to Big Fella's Pizza in Cannonsburg, 47 East Pike Street, as they're donating food for both teams after this stretch of a doubleheader. So yes, this is the first game of a doubleheader. This game scheduled at 3:30. The second one scheduled to begin at 5 o'clock. This one was at 3:30. It's currently 3:32, so a little bit behind schedule, which may just push that 5 o'clock first pitch back, and that means we would be fighting daylight at that point. So we'll see how these events unravel between the Wolverines and the Big Macs.
Macs continue their quest toward their own championship journey as they open section play this afternoon, welcoming the Wolverines from Woodland Hills. Both teams stand ready to begin the rigors of Section 2.
So as both teams huddle,
so much so,
Canon Mac
we are going to play two
getting
this
set to
afternoon.
take the field.
Let's meet the starters for both teams.
Captain
for our
MJ
first
Marshock
game of today's doubleheader.
leading the speech,
Beginning with the visiting Wolverines.
the only voice in the huddle.
Enter today's game with a record of 2-0.
Woodland Hills
Batting first,
along the
center
first
fielder number
baseline,
0, Anthony Barron.
doing their own entendre of
Batting second, third baseman
pre-game
number 13,
speech and
Marcelo
pre-game motivation.
Maccari. Batting third, shortstop number 3,
Anthony
Aaron
Barron
Concepcion.
playing center for Woodland Hills, also leading off
Batting fourth, first baseman number 42, Joe Young.
as sparkling black
Batting
cleats
fifth, second baseman
with a
number
Woodland
10,
Hills blue
Grant
Nike
Lindsay.
stripe.
Batting sixth, right fielder number 7, Quentin Davis. Batting seventh,
As
the
our
designated
lineups
hitter, number 6, Sean Saunders.
currently being announced by Scott Drakely, our public address announcer. He's a ninth grade U.S. history teacher over at the high school, Canon McMillan, and he's also an assistant basketball coach.
Starting pitcher for the Wolverines is number 17, Jack.
So for all the theatrics before the national anthem, and this game gets underway.
Enter today's game
Canon
with a
McMillan
record of 5-0.
were defeated in the
First,
semifinals
center
last
fielder
year.
Number 17, Massimo Falcone.
They lost to Seneca Valley 4-0. Seneca Valley went on to win the 6A Whitfield Championship, tossing a perfect game over Norwin, winning 1-0. First perfect game I've ever seen in person. Canon Mac started 8-1 last season after an opening day loss to Peters Township.
Batting fourth, third baseman,
But this season,
number 8,
already
Nico.
topping that record at 5-0. Don't have a loss yet. Look to make it
Batting fifth,
8 in a row after this stretch of a doubleheader against Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills travels back here tomorrow due to the condition
batting sixth,
of the field.
right fielder,
It was supposed to go Canon, McMillan,
Simmons.
and Woodland Hills here at McDowell Field
Batting
today.
seventh, your starting pitcher,
And then they were set to
number
travel
7,
to Woodland Hills, where the Big Macs. But due to the condition of the field, they decided to make today a doubleheader.
left fielder,
And the game
number
scheduled
6,
for
Caden
tomorrow, which was supposed to be home for Canon Mac, got pushed up to tomorrow.
The shortstop,
So 3 games in 2 days.
Noah Westfall.
We'll see if any turmoil occurs
Now to honor America, please direct your attention
as we get
beyond
ready
the right center field fence.
for our national anthem.
Rise if you are able. And gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
So as we get set, Canon Mac and the Big Macs themselves take the field. Sebastian Schulski on the mound, getting ready to throw some warm-ups to Troy Stimson. Woodland Hills traveling around 40 minutes to get here today. Arrived right around 2 o'clock for warm-ups. So they've been waiting eagerly to get this one underway, as has Canon Mac. They were here relatively early considering the time of the game with school scheduling and everything along those lines. The weather's starting to heat up, starting to stay consistent for how inconsistent Pittsburgh is during this time of year with the transition from the winter season to the spring season. It's the most bipolar weather you can get in America, but currently in Canonsburg, it is 67 degrees with the sun shading only sometimes due to the sky being mostly covered by clouds. It's perfect baseball weather. As Schulski and Stimson still warm up. Canon McMillan starting this season on a 5-game win streak, 5-0. Woodland Hills also on a win streak of its own dating back to last year. 2 games against Penn Hills to finish the season. They won each of them, and they won each of its first 2 games, has Woodland Hills. They beat Brashear 12-2 and McKeesport 5-2, who they owned last year. McKeesport did not beat Woodland Hills once. But as I mentioned, in their 3 games against Canon Mac, they were outscored a total of 45-1 over those 3 games. So as we get underway, 67 degrees is going to be your first pitch. Time of first pitch, 3:41. Anthony Barron, wearing 0 for Woodland Hills, playing center, steps into the box. Shulsky's deliver. The first pitch of the game is in there for a strike. Barron, the nod of approval. The set from Shulsky is fouled away. 0-2. Sebastian Shulsky has had 7 1-2-3 innings, something every pitcher likes, especially to start the game. We'll see if he goes to work early on Barron. It's already an 0-2 count, 2 pitches, 2 strikes. Fouled back. Barron stays alive. Barron with a shin guard on his right leg. The 0-2 is outside. Shulsky averages just over 14 pitches per inning. He's only allowed 5 hits on the season over 13 1/3 innings of work. Had a 1-hitter against Ringgold. The 1-2 to Barron is inside, and it hits him on the back foot. So 1-2-3, he won't go, naturally at least, based on a double play, and Barron runs down the first baseline but is in clear discomfort. And Barron drops to both knees, clear pain. Right on the top of the back left foot, that ball caught Barron. Couldn't tell if it was a mislocated fastball or a breaking ball that got away. Regardless, Barron's still in clear discomfort, limping back to the bag. It's going to hurt, especially if it hits the top of the foot. Sebastian Shulsky, a senior, signed to the University of Cincinnati to be a pitcher. Barron's still down being. So a late start to the game and a delay after the first batter. So as a group of handlers check in on Barron, yeah, he's going to be out. He's going to need some assistance off the field. But in the meantime, today's game is brought to you by the Virginia Manor Shops, conveniently located at 1717 Green Tree Road in Pittsburgh. Whether you're grabbing groceries at Giant Eagle, stopping for coffee at Starbucks, or taking care of everyday errands with Citizen Bank, PNC Bank, or Supercuts, Virginia Manor Shops has everything you need in one place. It's your one-stop destination for convenience, quality, and quick access right off Green Tree Road. Stop by Virginia Manor Shops and see how easy it is to get everything done in one trip. So Barron heads to the dugout, shoeless after a hit by pitch from Sebastian Shulsky to start the game. Shulsky has hit 3 batters now. He had 2 in the 11-6 win over Trinity, where he tossed 6 1/3 innings of 4-hit ball. He allowed 4 earned runs on 98 pitches and struck out 8, walked 4. When I say he walked 4, he also hit 2. So Barron being his third now puts him out of the game. Wait to see who will take over the duties on the base paths for Barron. And most likely his position in center. See if we have a double switch. Wait for all that lovely information. The game's scheduled for 3:30. Now 16 minutes later, we've seen 5 pitches. And that's all. It's the only action that's been handed to us so far. In between second and third, you have Westfall and Petragus in conversation. No, that's Marschalk, rather. Petragus and Marschalk in talks. And then it's Westfall and Radu. And standing all by himself out there with no one to talk to was Blake Simmons. Anthony Barron, Marcelo Fagnelli, Jamar Turner taking place for Anthony Barron. Marcelo Fagnelli takes strike 1 from Shulsky. Strike 2 right over the heart of the plate. Fagnelli playing third for Woodland Hills. Barron was also in an 0-2 count before fouling away a pitch and then being struck by Shulsky back footer. So the 8th pitch of the game is high and away. Turner goes. The throw, he is safe. Stimson with a high throw to Westfall. Marschalk, rather. Westfall playing at short, but Marschalk comes over to cover as he's shaded toward the second base bag. Takes him off his feet, comes down, tags Turner in the head, but based on the call of the infield umpire, it's a stolen base for Turner. The 1-2, he strikes him out. Marcelo Fagnelli goes down on strikes. That one looking. So runners are now 4 for 4 when stealing on Sebastian Shulsky. A perfect 100% win rate on the season. 1 down after the strikeout to Fagnelli. Now in the 3 spot, wearing number 3, Aaron Concepcion. Playing short. Takes the first pitch low and away. Ground ball to left, gets through past Westfall. Laskowski, the throw home. Petragus cuts it off, but Turner got the hold sign. Stopped about 20, 25 feet after rounding the bag, and after the cutoff skipped into the hand of Petragus. That puts runners on first and third. Turner on third, Concepcion on first after a single. Now Joe Young in the cleanup spot wearing Jackie Robinson's Sacred 42. Jackie Robinson's Sacred 42, rather. Right there for strike 1 to Young. Concepcion on first. Turner on third as he replaced Barron after a hit by pitch on the 5th pitch of the game. Shulsky has Young in an 0-1 with runners on the corners and only one down. Young checks. No swing, 1-1 after the appeal. Concepcion stuttered twice after the delivery of the pitch. Shulsky steps off, Turner back in there safely with no contest. Canon McMillan 5-0, Woodland Hills 2-0. Shulsky in some danger early. Tossed a one-hitter against Ringgold 5 days ago. That 1-1 is swung on and missed. But Concepcion gets an easy steal at second, so now runners threatening second and third with just one down. Make it 5 for 5, a 5 for 5 clip for runners on the paths when Shulsky's on the mound. Concepcion on second, Turner on third. The 1-2 to Young from Shulsky. Lined foul down the right field line. Both teams with pinstripe pants. Shulsky's 1-2. Ground chopper to short. Westfall comes up with it. Throw on to first. Gets him. However, the runner will cross the plate and Woodland Hills opens up with a 1-0 lead over Canon McMillan.
Second baseman, Braden Lindsay.
Braden Lindsay playing second. He hits a soft chopper. Shulsky underhand tossed on to Radu, and he gets out of it. Threatening with one run, however. Woodland Hills takes an early lead over Canon Mac, so after one run on no hits, they leave one stranded. Woodland Hills leads Canon McMillan 1-0. Today's game is brought to you by Hellbender Marketing, a locally owned Cannonsburg-based company helping businesses stand out and grow. From custom apparel and promotional products to graphic design, signage, and full-scale marketing solutions, Hellbender Marketing delivers high-quality work with fast turnaround and attention to detail. Whether you're a small business, a team, or organization looking to elevate your brand, they make professional marketing accessible and effective. Visit helpbendermarketing.com to start your next project and take your brand to the next level. That's helpbendermarketing.com.
I see Barron's back in center field. Zero ran out, right? That's him.
So Anthony Barron re-enters the game back in center after being pinch run for Jamar Turner, who came across to score and give Woodland Hills a 1-0 lead. After Shulsky's fifth pitch of the game struck Turner in the back left foot, Turner, while warming up, still gingerly hopping around on the left foot. Now just took a jog to center field trying to warm it up. If you're Barron, you have a long season. And I understand wanting to get out there and play, but even from here about 150 feet away, it's clear he's in discomfort. Limping, picking up that back foot, putting most of his weight on the right leg when walking, still skipping out in center. So if we find any updates on Barron, we will keep you updated. On the mound for Woodland Hills, Jack Urim.
For the Big Macs, center fielder Massimo Falcone.
And the leadoff hitter for Canon Mac is Massimo Falcone, batting at a .533 clip with 4 RBIs on the season. He scored 7 runs this year. That's second. The first pitch is a bunt right back to Urim. Falcone's speed. He's safe. A bang-bang play. Urim comes on to get it, tosses it to Young. Young in disagreement with the call. Falcone.
Second baseman.
The ball.
Marshak.
It looked to be there as soon as Falcone met the bag. The tie goes to the runner. Falcone leads off with an infield bunt. An outfield bunt would be unusual, so let's just call it a bunt. About 2.5 leads. Falcone going on the first pitch. The throw down gets there easily. Potter not even close. Potter's catching gear kind of has the aesthetic of the San Diego Padres City Connect uniforms with the vibrant coloring of the teals, the pinks, and the yellows. The 1-0 from Urim to MJ Marshak. Marshak batting .417. The 1-0 was a ball high. He's batting .417 with 5 ribbies on the season. He's walked 4 times with a .562 on base percentage. Falcone again. He steals third. The throw goes into left. And Falcone, 3 stolen bases after a bunt. No outs. And Canon Mac has tied this game.
Do we know what he called? What was that call? Strike?
I think it was a strike.
Yeah, he did.
2-1 is the count after the strike to Marshak. Stolen base, error. Then another stolen base gets Canon Mac the lead. Now 3-1 to Marshak. Massimo Falcone using his speed and his baseball IQ, understanding that they defeated this team 45-1 over a 3-game stretch last season. So take advantage of what you know. The 3-1 to Marshak is high. So first 2 at-bats, 2 base runners. One who already scored, and Troy Stimson comes up, batting .286, but he leads the team in on-base percentage. .625. Stimson, the catcher, committed to Pittsburgh. He's going to go to catch. MJ Marshak on the run. The throw down, not close. Another stolen base for Canon Mac.
Stolen base for MJ.
The 1-0 outside. Marshak on second, Stimson at the plate. A lot of talent on these base paths. Marshak to third. He's in there. Another stolen base for Canon Mac. Make it the 4th and just 2 batters.
Another stolen base for MJ.
The 2-1 to Stimson. Low and away. That one skipped in the left-handed batter's box. Isaac Potter does a fantastic job of corralling it after the hop. Probably saving another run as that ball rolls to the backstop. No doubt Marshak is going. The 3-1 to Simpson is lined to third. Caught on the fly. Diving back is Fagnelli. They call Marshak safe. Great effort by Fagnelli. As we're going to have a discussion. From what it looked like, it didn't appear to have skipped. And then we'll call Stimson out. So it's going to be a line out to the third baseman called an L5. Marshak, fantastic job of getting back in there. Because line drive right there, a lot of baseball players, you know, don't even think about it. It's just go, 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 go. But especially that line out was. Barely got off the ground. Fantastic job by Fagnelli to save a run. Nico Petragas steps into the plate, batting .231, leads the team in walks with 5. He has 5 RBIs, takes strike 1 from Urim. 1-1 game, only 1 down with Marshak on third. The 0-1 to Petragas is popped up in fair territory. Young comes on, 2 down. Braden Radu, who hit a grand slam just 2 games ago against Trinity, ended up being the winning run. Made that score 7-3. Canamac won 11-6. Nothing to Radu. Radu struggling in terms of batting average this season, only batting at 182. However, that slugging percentage, which is the total bases divided by the number of at-bats, is significant, just over a tick of 450. The 1-0 to Radu makes it a 2-0. Couldn't tell if it was up or inside, as Radu has a large frame. Plays first base, big reason as to why he plays first. Also, this one driven to right field. Davis tracking, going back towards the wall near the warning track, makes the catch. And on a hit, but multiple errors and only one error rather, only multiple stolen bases. Canon McMillan only scores 1 as Massimo Falcone did all the work himself with 2 stolen bases and a bunt. It's a tie game heading into the top of the second. Canon Mac 1, Woodland Hills 1. Today's game is brought to you by Midtown Market in downtown Cannonsburg, one of the newest and most exciting destinations in Washington County. Located on West Pike Street, Midtown Market is a unique, multi-tenant space featuring a mix of dining, shopping, and entertainment, all under one roof. From great local food options to a fun community-focused atmosphere, it's quickly becoming a go-to spot for families, friends, and anyone looking to spend time in the heart of Cannonsburg. Stop by Midtown Market and experience everything it has to offer. Seb Shulsky, most likely not satisfied with his first inning of work. As he hit the first runner of the game. And then Jamar Turner came in for Barron. Barron, who ended up going out there to center, was hit by a pitch, then Turner stole at base, which then led to an Aaron Concepcion single. Then Joe Young grounded out to short, which ended up scoring Turner from first. So Braden Lindsay comes in to lead off the second. The first pitch from Shulsky is a strike. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. If you're Shulsky after that, first pitch strike looking, second pitch strike, delayed swing. See if he just continues to attack. Fouled away. Sun peaking currently. Shulsky's 0-2. Low. Stimson, nice work behind the plate. Blocked that ball just in case of a drop third strike on the swing. Regardless, Lindsay holds The 1-2 from Shulsky. He looks on. On 4 pitches goes Lindsay. And the second strikeout of the game for Shulsky. 1 down.
The designated hitter, Sean Saunders.
So Sean Saunders batting in place of Jack Urim. And that last batter was Quentin Davis. I apologize. Braden Lindsay grounded out to Shulsky to end the first on a 1-3 putout. Regardless, it's now Saunders' turn for the spotlight. The 1-1 fouled away. The 1-2. Wave again. So for the 9th time this season, 9th time through 15 innings of work,
Isaac Potter.
Shulsky goes and gets the first 2 batters of the inning out. Making his 3rd strikeout, both swinging in this inning. The last one of the first inning was looking. Now Isaac Potter catching for Urim. Fouls that one back. 0-1. A wave once more. In the driver's seat of 3 up, 3 down is Shulsky. Got the first 2 with swings and misses. The 0-2 to Potter. Does it again. Three up, 3 down, all on forward K's.
Strikeouts for Seb.
No runs on no hits, no errors, and none left on. The Big Macs headed to the bottom of the second. Look to take the lead over Woodland Hills. 1-1. Today's game is brought to you by MP Coney Island, now serving Cannonsburg with a taste of tradition that goes back over 100 years. Family owned since 1923, MP Coney Island is known for its famous chili sauce, classic hot dogs, burgers, and simple, great-tasting food that stood the test of time. Now located right on West Pike Street in Cannonsburg, it's the perfect spot to grab lunch or dinner and enjoy a true local favorite. Stop in today or learn more at mpconeyisland.com, because around here, it's all about the chili. Blake Simmons leading off the bottom half of the second.
Let's go, Blakey. Come on.
The first ended with a Braden Randu deep fly out to the right fielder Davis. Just got under it. Could have done damage, and with a 3-1 lead, who knows, maybe Canon McMillan is still up to bat. Regardless, it's Blake Simmons' turn in his shine for the second. 0-0 makes it 1-0 after the delivery from Urim. Not throwing with much speed as Urim. So maybe Canon McMillan understanding of what happened last year, getting too excited in the early going.
Oh
As this one's driven to center, right center field. Barron tracking, misplayed it. Goes over the head. Barron, who got hit in the first inning, on to third.
Leading off with a triple Simmons.
Blake Simmons with a three-bagger. O'Neal Cruz type-esque out there from Anthony Barron. Just misjudging that fly ball completely. He kept carrying, the wind blowing that way too, which means you keep putting balls in the air. May just get one out of here today with that wind being that ferocious in favor of hitters. This one's driven to left field. Hart coming in, ranging out as Concepcion. It drops in the middle. RBI bloop single for Sebastian Shulsky. His first of the season, helping himself out. So Sebastian Shulsky batting .200 on the season. Now Gavin Dantry coming into pinch run for Sebastian Shulsky due to Shulsky being the pitcher. Now Caden Laskowski, who's still hitless in the early trend of 2026, shows bunt. Does Dantry, and he steals. Another stolen base, the fifth of the day for Canon McMillan. The 1-0 to Laskowski is high. Laskowski takes the 2-0, 3-0. It's a senior at Canon who's committed to Grove City College for baseball is Laskowski. Playing left today, wearing number 6. The 3-0 is up. First and second now for Noah Westfall.
Shortstop, Noah Westfall.
Noah Westfall 1 for 9 on the season, has walked twice, has 1 RBI, looks for another, drives this one. That's a fantastic throw from the left fielder, Braylon Hart, with a strike to get Shulsky, or Dantry rather, who pinched run for Shulsky.
Number 17, Massimo Falcone.
So Westfall gets contact, but head coach Brendan Steele a little aggressive at third. This one from Falcone, driven to right field, but back under it is Davis. Davis throws to Concepcion, gets past him, coming in from third to score is Laskowski.
RBI for Falcone. Number 13, MJ.
3-1 lead now for Canon McMillan. Now MJ Marschalk with Westfall on third, looks to drive him home, do some damage with 2 outs. First pitch to Marschalk is low. Walked in his first at-bat, stole 2 bases, was left on. The 1-0 is high. 3-1, could be 4. But Braylon Hart with a strike from left to gun down Dantry after Westfall's single. This one ripped down the left field line. It's going to be fair. It's going to go all the way to the wall Rounding first, heading to second, sliding in safely is Marshak. The ball gets away from Lindsay. Marshak at third. Head coach Steele holds him as Joe Young goes to right field to ground the ball himself.
For MJ, who takes third on the overthrow.
And an RBI double from MJ Marshak gives Canon McMillan a 4-1 lead, and he advances to third after the error on the throw from Hart.
Number 1, Troy Stimson.
Troy Stimson looking to continue the two-out rally. The 0-1 to Stimson is away. Now 1-1. Marshall on third after the double and the error on the throw from Hart. RBI to single home Westfall. Good pick from Potter to keep Marshall on third. That's the second time. A nifty glove behind the plate. Once more, field assist, but his two errors proving costly.
Coming in to run for the catcher, number 3, Alex Isla. Looking to bring it home, number 8, Nico Patrakis.
Nico Patrakis now. Is in there for a strike. Patrakis popped up to Young in his first at-bat, followed by a Radu flyout. 4 runs in the second inning for Canon McMillan. The 1-1. In there. Patrakis thinks it's away. Regardless, in there. Nothing to argue when it's already on the scoreboard, the 1-2. Another pop-up, just like his first at-bat. This one to Lindsay on the brink of the infield turf and the outfield grass, and that's going to do it for the second. So an action-packed second inning. Plates 4 for Canon McMillan off of a series of errors and hard-hit balls. We go to the top half of the third inning. It's Canon McMillan 5, Woodland Hills 1. Today's game is brought to you by Major Mallard's Duck Pin Bowling, located inside Midtown Market in Cannonsburg. Whether you're looking for a fun night out, a team event, or private party, Major Mallard's offers a unique duck pin bowling experience for all ages. With multiple lanes, a great atmosphere, and access to all the food and entertainment inside Midtown Market, it's quickly becoming one of the go-to spots in the area. Book your lane or plan your next event today at MajorMallards.com. See why everyone's heading downtown for the fun. Braylon Hart, who had an outfield assist in the early goings of the second inning to gun down Dantry at the plate, who pinch ran for Shulsky. Now up at the plate, facing Shulsky. Swings and misses at the first pitch, down 0-1. With a 5-1 lead and RBI himself, Shulsky looking to continue to deal a very similar pitch that was to Petragus that he didn't like on that outside. Right around that same location, called a ball this time. Throwing absolute gas now is Shulsky. Found his zone, it appears. The last three batters for Woodland Hills went down on swinging strikes. This time, make it 4. Braylon Hart waves and misses.
Nice to see number 0, Anthony Barron, back in the box.
Anthony Barron, who's been battling some discomfort after being hit on the 5th pitch of the game. Mislocated pitch that struck the back foot of Barron. He was then pinch ran for Jamar Turner, who ended up scoring in that first inning. That's the lone run for Woodland Hills. Barron grounds this one back to Shulsky. Plants throws. Yup.
Number 13, Marcelo Fagnelli.
Even on his way down the first baseline and back to the dugout. And he seems to have his foot under him now. The jog, which went from a ginger limp throughout the course of the first to the bottom half of the second, now looking pretty much there. As Fagnelli, who struck out looking, swings at the first one. Shulsky's 0-1. Away. The 1-1 to Fagnelli. In front of it. The 1-2 to Fagnelli. Yes. 1, 2, 3 once more. The last 6 from Shulsky were retired. It's a 6th strikeout on the day, and Woodland Hills goes scoreless in the top half of the third. We head to the bottom. It's 5-1, Canon Mac. Today's game is brought to you by Seaside Sports, one of the premier baseball and softball training facilities right here in Washington County. With a state-of-the-art indoor facility, expert coaching, and year-round training programs, Seaside helps athletes of all ages take their game to the next level. From private lessons and team training to camps, clinics, and indoor leagues, they provide everything players need to develop their skills. Because at Seaside, there is no off-season. Visit seasidesports.com to book a lesson, join a camp, or start training today. That's sports.com. Shulsky's kid's pretty good, huh? Gavin Dantry doing the same duties as last inning. Pitch running for pitcher Sebastian Schulski. Schulski now still 1-for-1 with a single and a base on balls. Dantry got thrown out. He goes. No, he stutters to go, but the fake bunt shown from Laskowski is away, the 1-0. But Dantry got thrown out from Braylon Hart after a single by Noah Westfall. The 1-0 to Laskowski. In there for a strike. Hit Potter's glove. Couldn't hang on to it, but regardless, down hard of the plate. The 1-1 going for real this time is Dantry. The throw down from Potter's into center field. Coming home is Redu. It's 6-1 on to third. Now staying there is Dantry. So anything in the infield, no threat of a double play anymore. As that goes as an error on Potter. I mentioned he's done a good job at blocking behind the plate, but Canon has truly done whatever they want on the base paths today. The bunt down the third base line rolls foul. With turf, baseballs and bunts can make things interesting. The spin could vary by the piece of a pellet. Regardless, that one bounces in fair territory, starts, but the spin pushes it foul. Now 2-2 to Laskowski. Runner on third is Dantry. It hits him. A team meeting called from Woodland Hills. It's going to be Coach Peanut Herbert. I asked Coach William Hart why they call him Peanut. He said, well, that's what we always call him. We played baseball together at Woodland Hills in high school, so. Westfall, who had a hard hit single to left for his second hit on the season, now batting at a 200 clip. Let's just call it 2 for 10, because that's what he is. Tried to get that second RBI, but so Westfall. Laskowski goes to second, another stolen base. Six-1 ball game, the 0-1 to Westfall. In there. The 0-2. One driven foul and out of play. Anything in play most likely scores Dantry from third. Gavin Dantry wearing number 21, pinch running for Sebastian Schulski, who got on with a base on balls. The 0-2 is popped high toward the press box, not fairing, and it drops in foul territory. Isaac Potter not able to get there. Crashing in was Marcelo Fagnelli. Landed in between the legs of him, Urim, and Potter. So staying alive with runners on second and third. Laskowski on second, Dantry on third is Westfall, the 0-2 from Urim. Grounded foul once more. Let's stay away from that side of the fence for the sake of our production with foul balls. The 0-2 once more. Driven down the left field line. That one's foul. Yeah. Tried to peek my head out the window. Hit my head off the glass here. It's a glass plane. I went to see if that one hit the other camera. So 0-2. Westfall threatening not only Urim, but everything. The 0-2 is in the dirt. Good pick from Potter once more. He sees the first ball, does Westfall. Urim has them in a 1-2, 1 outs, runners on second and third. This one driven into center field. Ranging back as Lindsay can't get there. It drops. From third, Dantry. Laskowski to score. He does. Barron's throw is late. 8-1. Canon McMillan leads after the RBI two-pair single from Noah Westfall. He's 2 for 2.
Back to the top of the order for the Big Macs, Massimo Falcone.
2 RBI single gives Canon McMillan a 7-run lead in the bottom of the third. Now Falcone, who's 1 for 2, gets hit by the first pitch. Falcone bunted, stole twice, and then an error on the second stolen base allowed him to score with no outs, and that was the first run on the Canon McMillan side of things, and they flew out in the second. This time, hit by pitch. And we're going to have a pitching change. So as we get the details of the change, just wanted to mention that today's broadcast is sponsored by Boyer Pentec, your local experts in fire, water, and storm damage restoration. Learn more at BoyerPentec.com. Woodland Hills with a pitching change.
Number 19, Huck Norman.
So Huck Norman will replace Jack Urim. Different delivery styles. Kind of a half sidearm sling from Norman. But 8-1, Canon McMillan leads Woodland Hills. So Canon McMillan, prior to Jack Urim's relief, by freshman Huck Norman, Appears to be the last pitch of warm-ups. Urim only pitched 2 1/3, allowed 7 hits, struck out none, walked 4, 3 of those being hit by pitches, and allowed 8 runs. One he'll most likely want to forget is he has some ice on his shoulder heading into the Woodland Hills dugout currently. So as we resume, it's Falcone on first, Westfall on second, Marschalk up to bat, grounds this one through the left field side, being waved home. Falcone stays at second, Westfall in to score. MJ Marschalk does damage.
RBI for MJ. Bringing up the catcher, Troy Stimson.
Troy Stimson with Marschalk on first and Falcone on second. Drives this one down the left field line. It's fair. Gets to the wall on 2 bounces. Scoring from second is Falcone. From first, Marschalk, after the relay gets away, he slides in feet first. He's safe. On to third is Stimson.
Bases clearing double for Troy.
A base clearing double for Troy Stimson. And Canon McMillan leads 11-1.
Stands on third.
So we'll call it a 1 RBI after an error on the relay.
Stimson home, the third baseman, Nito Patregas.
Nico Patregas with Stimson on third. He drives one down the left field line. Ranging back, that one bounces one time, then hits the wall between the state champions and Whitfield champions, lettering in left field. An RBI double for Patregas extends the lead to 11.
First baseman, Braden Radu.
So 12-1, Braden Radu now threatening. He was hit by a pitch as a stolen base. He's 0 for 1 after a pop out in the first. Over to Joe Young. The first one's in there. Patregas on second. The 0-1 bounces about 3 feet before home plate. Makes it 1-1. This was cricket. That's a beautiful pitch. Probably looking to do some damage with Radu with that one. He skies this one into left center field, ranging over his Hart. He makes a running catch. Fantastic catch by Hart. Braylon Hart, who has had his struggles throughout the game, but has made some fantastic plays in that left field spot. Yeah, he has 3 errors, but he has an outfield assist along with that running catch, and he gets Radu. Regardless, it's an RBI sacrifice fly for Braden Radu.
Left fielder, Blake Simmons.
So that's 4 Big Macs in a row with RBIs, that being Marschalk, Stimson, Patregas, and now Radu. Radu, one of 2 hitters in this Canon McMillan lineup without a hit today. Simmons, not one of them. Blake Simmons batting .333, lifts this one to center field, not having to move much is Barron. Ranging back, however, it's second. That's not Barron. He's going to be replaced once more, but into third after a misjudged fly ball
Simmons' second triple of the afternoon.
is Blake Simmons. It's going to be a triple because misjudged fly balls are not considered errors for the most part. It's Barron.
Pitcher, Sebastian Shulsky.
I believe that's Jamar Turner. Let me get some more confirmation who's out there in center, but this one's driven to left field. That's back over the head and out of here.
That's a big back blast for Sebastian Shulsky.
Sebastian Shulsky. Soon as it left the bat, one of the shortest porches here at McDowell Field extends the lead to 14, and Canon McMillan they scored 10 runs this inning, which means the scoreboard goes back to a 0 spot for the third. Sebastian Shulsky. Pure power.
Left fielder, Caden Laskowski.
Caden Laskowski now with the bases cleared and empty for one of the first times in a second. Actually, Simmons had no one on during his triple. So Braylon Hart, who was the left fielder, now playing center. It's not Jamar Turner. So the one to Laskowski. This one's driven the other way to right field. That one hits the bottom of the fence. Laskowski on his horse, rounding second, heading to third. The throw in, the cutoff from Concepcion, no challenge. And another three-bagger for Canon McMillan.
Okay, come on, Noah. Come on, Noah.
15 after 3.
That's what we're praying.
Number 10, Noah Westfall.
It's the second triple of the inning. This is Westfall's second at bat. I believe this inning started with Laskowski. With Redu, he was hit by a pitch to start the inning. And then it was Westfall his last time up who cleared the bases. This one driven to left, ranging back right to the left fielder. It's no longer Braylon Hart. He moved to center. Wait to see confirmation, but it'd take me some time to score this, so let's just call it a lot of runs, and Canon McMillan leads 15-1 over Woodland Hills. A few triples, a home run from Shulsky, who's helping himself out all day today. It's Quentin Davis out and left.
Win some money.
This game is powered by Boyer Pentec, Western Pennsylvania's disaster recovery team. When the unexpected happens, fire, water, or storm damage, they're ready 24/7 to respond, rebuild, and restore your home or business fast. From emergency cleanup to full reconstruction, Boyer Pentec is your one-call solution to get life back on track. Visit BoyerPentec.com and see why they've been trusted across the region for decades. Heading into the top half of the fourth inning, Canon McMillan, let's just say they're winning. It's 15-1. It's Aaron Concepcion. He singled his first at-bat. Actually, the lone hit for Woodland Hills. The last 6 batters were retired in order. The 1-0 from Shulsky. Flamethrower right down the middle. So if you were curious to see the run innings, the run rules, it would be 15 after 3 if Canon McMillan was able to get that run across on third base in the third. This game would be over. However, we're going to have to wait to see how the bottom half goes. The 1-2's fouled away. So the 15-run rule is in effect for all regular and postseason play, which ends the game after 3 innings or 2.5 if the home team is ahead. Well, so basically 3, and then the 10-run rule is 5 innings. So the 1-2 to Concepcion right in there. A little break, a twirl, and a strikeout looking for his 7th on the day. Retires 7 in order.
Number 42, Joe Young.
Joe Young, after the appeal down to the field umpire, is no good. 1-0 is away. Joe Young nods of approval. That's probably the furthest ahead any Wolverine has been in a count today. Shulsky doesn't like what Stibson's signaling. They figure it out. The delivery. Low. Now this is definite.
Come on, Sebby. Work back.
Shulsky has hit a batter. That's the only, in quote, walk of the day as the 3-0's in there. Now right back in this one, the 3-1. Young wearing 42. Jackie Robinson's famous. The 3-1 swung on and missed. Working all the way back. Shulsky trying to. Full to Young. See ya. The last 9 batters now have been retired in order on the Wolverine side of things. 8 strikeouts, Shulsky. First pitch to Lindsay in there. The 0-1 away. Game 2 of this doubleheader scheduled for 5 o'clock. It's 4:56. Most likely not going to get that one in. The 1-1 fouled back. Get that one in on time, rather. Regardless, the second game of the doubleheader will be fighting daylight. Sun goes down a little after 7, right around 7 o'clock. The 1-2 fouled back again. But whatever's determined safe in terms of how much daylight we have is only up to both coaches and the umpires. The 1-2 looking to make it 11 in a row. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Stimson throw down to first. It's going to go as a swinging K and a 2-3 put out to end the fourth. Shulsky, for the second time today, strikes out the side. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's 15-1 Canon Mac. This game is powered by Virginia Manor Shops, your go-to stop in Pittsburgh for everything you need, all in one place. From coffee at Starbucks to groceries at Giant Eagle and quick stops at your favorite local businesses, it's convenience done right. So we're going to have a completely different 1-2-3 instead of Falcone, Marschalk, and Stimson. It's going to be Tazak leading things off. Following Tazak's going to be Easlip and then Williams. And then Dylan Musser, the new cleanup. Tazak's first pitch he sees of the day, fouls it back. Falls behind 0-1. Any Canon McMillan run from this point on, saying Woodland Hills won't score again, will end the game. So a run here wins it for Canon McMillan due to the 15-run rule after 4. Huck Norman, the freshman on the mound for Woodland Hills, his 1-1. Waved on and missed. The 1-2. Tazak chops it to third. Ranging on, stepping, throwing, and getting. Fagnelli to Young, the 5-3 put out. And for the first time today, the first batter of an inning for Canon McMillan has been retired. It's a 5-3 put out for Tazak. Now it's Alex Easlip in the 2 spot. Easlip takes ball 1. Ben Tazak, who just struck out, is going to Washington and Jefferson to play golf in college. The 1-0 outside to Easlip. So for the scorecard, as I've been keeping track of the score as we wait on the 2-0 is away. Now 3-0. It's completely filled, and I couldn't even tell you the statistics on here based on how long that third inning was and how much damage was done by the Canon McMillan hitters. The 3-0 most likely had the green light. Takes it anyway. 3-1. Fouled off to the right side in a patch of dead trees behind the visiting dugout along the first baseline. Now pushes the count to full. The 3-2. Inside, Easlip takes a walk. We'll see if this trend of stealing bases will continue. Now it's Keegan Williams taking the place of Troy Stimson. Young now holding Easlip on as Williams takes ball 1 low and away. Jack Urim, the starting pitcher for Woodland Hills, tossed 2 1/3, allowed 8 runs on 7 hits, walked 4, hit 3, struck out none. Immediately after, as this ball is driven to left field, ranging back at the wall, a fantastic catch, Quentin Davis leaps up and makes the catch right before the ball reached the wall, and Key Williams with a good stick, nothing of it, 2 down.
Number 20, Dylan Musser.
Now Dylan Musser, the senior committed to Waynesburg University for baseball, coming off the bench, wearing number 20. First pitch from Norman is in there. Huck Norman's done a solid job against the secondary lineup of Canon McMillan so far. He's walked 1, he's retired 2. And the first pitch to Musser's a strike with 2 outs. On first is Easlip. He reached at the base on balls. This one tries to curl in there, but it's away. 1-1. This one grounded to the right side. Come up with it on to first. Lindsey to Young. And in 4 batters, Huck Norman goes to work. Heading to the top half of the 5th. It's 15-1, Canon McMillan. If Woodland Hills fails to score 5 runs right here, this will be the 10-run rule in place due to the 4.5, 5-inning rule. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Hellbender Marketing, your local source for custom apparel, printing, and branding solutions. Visit hellbendermarketing.com. It's also brought to you and sponsored by Midtown Market in Cannonsburg, a one-of-a-kind destination for food, shopping, and entertainment in the heart of town.
Davis.
So in that third inning, no runs on no hits, a runner left on, and no errors for Woodland Hills on the defensive side of things. Davis steps in against Shulsky, a wave and a miss on the right-handed side, righty-righty matchup. Last time Davis saw him, he struck out swinging on 4 pitches. That one's in there, 0-2. Shulsky has retired the last 10 batters, 9 of which strikeouts. The 0-2 to Davis. Appeal to first, no. So was a 4-pitch strikeout last time, now the 1-2, and the 4th pitch upcoming. See how this fares for Davis. Shulsky committed to Cincinnati. The 1-2 is away. Looking for double digits in the strikeout column. For the 3rd time this season, will do. 10 strikeouts on the day for Sebastian Shulsky. Puts him at 31 on the season. It's only his 2nd time, rather. He struck out 13 in the game against Ringgold and only 8 over Trinity.
Hitter Sean Saunders.
But for the 2nd time this season, he finds himself in that double-digit strikeout column. 2 outs to go, and this one's over. Sean Saunders in. He struck out swinging last time. There's strike 1. And there 2. It's away. Sean Saunders hitting for what was Jack Urim, who started the game, now Huck Norman. The 1-2 inside. Straight attacking as soon as he gets the ball back. He's going right after these batters. That one line down the right field line. Good piece of hitting from Sean Saunders. And Woodland Hills has its first base runner since the 1st inning.
Catcher Isaac Potter.
A late swing in on the hands, able to fight it off and get it over the head of Radu. It's fundamental baseball from Sean Saunders, and see if there's any movement on the bags, as runners are 5 for 5 when stealing against Shulsky this year, and needing 5 for the continuation of this game in this inning. Wouldn't be surprised if aggression is used. Radu holding Saunders on. The 1-0, fouled back. Now Isaac Potter, who's spent his time behind the plate today, struck out swinging in the 2nd. That was the 3rd of 4 in a row for Shulsky. The 1-1 hits him right in the helmet. Hit the bat. From this angle, it appeared it hit the helmet based on the dead sound also, but hit the bat, and that explains the frustration shown immediately from Potter. So the 1-2. Low. The 2-2. Runner goes. Strike 3. Throw down. He is safe. 6 for 6. But Isaac Potter goes down on strikes. This time looking. And Saunders gets a stolen base with a runner in scoring position. Comes Braylon Hart, who struck out his last time up. You'll probably hear that for many batters today. So that one's inside. Not going to feel good Braylon Hart right on the inside arm. Goes to first, now first and second with 2 down. 15-1, Canon McMillan leads. Needing 5 more to continue this game on the first half of the doubleheader. Anthony Barron now coming in, who took a ball off the back foot to start the game, is the only Wolverine who hasn't struck out today. A lot of commotion from Canon McMillan dugout side of things. 1-0 in there. Anthony Barron believes it was high. The ball came across at the letters. Could have gone either way. Regardless, it's 1-1, 2 down. Runner on first is Hart. On second is Saunders. The delivery swung on and missed. A foul tip, rather. And the 1-2, this strike, if it's in there, it does it. Barron, who hasn't struck out today. Shulsky, who has 11. Steps off. Recoils. Saunders on second. Hard at first. In the box, Barron. Looking for 12 is Shulsky in the dirt. Stimson with a block as the ball bounces right before home plate. Holds Saunders and Hart to their respective positions. The 2-2. High. Barron with another quality at bat. Grounded out right back to Shulsky last time. Now finds himself in a full count. Has 11 strikeouts. The 3-2. Swung on. Second base. The backhand pick from Marshchalk. Throw on to first. Barron's there. Radu looks home, but the runner from second gets to third as Saunders slides in home safely. Advancing to third is Hart. With life are the Wolverines. It's 15-2.
Number 13, Marcelo Fagnelli.
Tough play for Marshchalk to get the backhand, and Barron remains the most consistent hitter for the Wolverines today. Barron on first, Hart on third now after that ground ball infield single. Understanding the speed of Barron, Marshchalk probably would have been better off to just eat that ball. Regardless, it's first and third, 2 outs with a run across the plate. The 1-0. Throw down to Barron.
Got him. No,
He's safe. The throw was wide right, but coming from the left to right side at the shortstop position was Westfall. Barron got in there, but it appeared as Westfall went to throw the tag down, smacked Barron on the back foot, and it appeared from this angle that is what happened. It must have been inches away, if not centimeters, if it didn't tag his foot. Regardless, the 1-1 to Fagnelli is low. The 2-1 to Fagnelli with runners on second and third, swung on and missed. Just wanting to get out of this one. No matter how you get the out now, as runners threaten. Hard on third. Barron on second. The 2-2 to Fagnelli. I don't know if that one missed inside, outside. Low. Regardless, it's a ball. Brings it to full. The delivery from Shulsky. He struck him out. A wave and a miss. Foul tip caught. That ends this first game, as Canon McMillan will go on to win game 1 of 2 of the doubleheader, 15-2.
Of our two-game doubleheader, 15-2 in the top of the fifth. The Big Macs and Wolverines run it back in a few minutes for game 2 of our doubleheader. Stay tuned.
So Shulsky with another impressive outing now puts his number to 18 and a third innings pitched on the season. He allowed 2 runs on 3 hits, struck out 12, hit 2, and walked 1. But he gets the win regardless, all while doing it himself with 3 RBIs, his first RBI of the season. For Seb Shulsky, and he hit a home run, 3 RBIs in this one. 15-2 after pure dominance on both sides of things. We'll call Shulsky the player of the game. So in about 20 minutes from now, Game 2 will start as this first half of a back-to-back doubleheader between Canon McMillan and Woodland Hills continues to just get pummeled by Canon Mac, and it must be frustrating, but Canon Mac, dating back to last year, has now, over the last 4 games, outscored Woodland Hills 60-3. But we do want to thank our sponsors for providing us with Game 1. We're going to go Marion Outdoors Association, Boyer Pentex, Seaside Sports, Virginia Manor Shops, Hellbender Marketing, Midtown Market, MP Coney Island, and Major Mallards. We appreciate you for our sponsors, and we will have more reads in the second game. But after the first one, it was Canon McMillan 15, Woodland Hills 2. Welcome back into McDowell Field for Keystone Global Media on a Keystone game day. It's game 2 of our doubleheader between Canon McMillan and Woodland Hills. Haven't gotten an official lineup for Woodland Hills, but it appears it's all going to stay the same based on no updated information. So Anthony Barron, who started off last game with a hit by pitch from Seb Shulsky. See what he does with Matthew Koken. The first pitch of game 2 is a ball. 48 minutes past schedule. See if this game is interrupted by daylight. The weather seems to be holding off. No rain scheduled tonight, but tomorrow as the 1-0 is outside. 3-0 to start this one. The 3-0 in there. Koken committed to Washington and Jefferson College for baseball. Shocker. The 3-1 to Barron. In there again. Brings it to full. Started down 3-0. Has some fight. 6th pitch of the AB. One swung up the middle for a base hit. Gets past Westfall and Barron reaches again to start the game. Barron, the only Woodland Hills Wolverine who hasn't struck out yet on the day. So Aaron Concepcion in the 2 spot. It was Marcelo Fagnelli in game 1. This one's popped up. Petragus looks for it, but it's out of play. Brings it to 0-1. Aaron Concepcion, who walked or singled, stole a base, and struck out last game. The throw out from Petragus gets Barron on the backside. The numbers before the hand gets in there. So unlike Shulsky, where runners were perfect on stealing the bags, Koken, the delivery to Petragus, and the throw down gets Barron. So the 1-1 with 1 out. Now Concepcion has a whole different approach. This one's driven right back up the middle. Hardest hit to defend in baseball is a line drive up the middle. Heard me say it whenever, what was that? Wednesday? Thursday, yeah. When Canon McMillan defeated Montour. So 2 batters, 2 hits, but 1 out after the caught stealing. Joe Young is in the cleanup spot, moves up into that 3 spot. Gets behind Petragus and an easy stolen base on a pass ball. We'll see if it's a pass ball or a wild pitch. What the official ruling is. Regardless, Concepcion is on second. The 2-0 from Koken to Young. Inside. Slight lead at second as this one's in the dirt on a 4-pitch walk.
Number 13, Marcelo Fagnelli.
Koken's had 1 appearance up to this point on the season. It was against Thomas Jefferson in a win. He tossed 6 allowed 8 hits, struck out 9 with a 3.50 ERA. First pitch to Fagnelli, who's batting in the 4 spot, is inside. The 1-0. Driven back foul. Runner on first is Young after a base on balls. All 3 batters have reached base safely. Barron thrown out at second on a caught stealing, so that's why there's 1 down. Concepcion singled up the middle, and then Young walked on 4 pitches. The 1-1 to Fagnelli is low and away. The throw down to second. He gets him. Petraeus doing work early behind the plate.
Back pick by Rodriguez. 2 away.
Sees the lead from Concepcion. Got a little too eager on the base pass. Woodland Hills, who threatened early. Now 2 mistakes on the pass have been costly. So that pitch was a ball to Fagnelli. So the 2-1 is 2-2. What was just first and second with 1 out is now 2-2. Runner on first is Young. Koken on the mound. The delivery to Fagnelli. He struck him out. So 2 hits, no runs, 1 left on, no errors, but a throw down and a caught stealing from Petraeus. It was his inning. We head to the bottom of the first. Woodland Hills scoreless. Today's game is brought to you by the Virginia Manor Shops, conveniently located at 1717 Green Tree Road in Pittsburgh. Whether you're grabbing groceries at Giant Eagle, stopping for coffee at Starbucks, or taking care of everyday errands with Citizen Bank, PNC Bank, or Supercuts, Virginia Manor Shops has everything you need in one place. It's your one-stop destination for convenience, quality, and quick access right off Green Tree Road. Stop by Virginia Manor Shops and see how easy it is to get everything done in one trip. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. Your 1-2-3 for Canon McMillan is going to be very similar. Massimo Falcone, MJ Marshak, and Troy Stimson. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is the same 3. So we're going to try to figure out these positions for Woodland Hills. It's Joe Young on the mound. Barron, who was in center, then moved to right, is on first. That was last game for those who have been following the track of this doubleheader between Canon McMillan and Woodland Hills. The first game was full Canon McMillan. Aaron Concepcion at short. Fagnelli at third. Catching is going to be Potter once more.
Once again, leading off for the Big Macs, center fielder, Massimo Falcone.
Massimo Falcone, who is batting .562 through the first 6 games of the season. Leads the team in batting averages, stolen bases, and total runs. 9 runs and stolen bases apiece. He's tied in that stolen base category, in that runs category rather, with Stimson with 9. It's the first pitch from Young is low. Little trouble on the delivery from Potter back to Young, but Young corrals it. Kind of like the Kenley Jansen style brim with the flat brim. Kenley Jansen now, if he, as the 1-0 is fouled away. Kenley Jansen, I believe he has 3 more saves to become 3rd all-time on the MLB all-time save leaders list. So Young a starter, Jansen a reliever, was just mentioning the similarity in the brim. The 1-1 to Falcone is there. 1 and 2. The 1-2. Never threatened. Woodland Hills, who won the first 2 games of their season against Brashear, then McKeesport, comes here, loses 15-2 in the first game of the doubleheader as the 2-2's driven out to left field, coming on. Unable to get there is Quentin Davis. Hat falls off while in pursuit, and Massimo Falcone starts us off with a hit.
Designated hitter, MJ Marschak.
MJ Marschak batting a smooth 1-for-2 clip, 500. That's just the average on the season. Has 7 stolen bases, has walked 5 times. That's first on the team along with Petragus. He has also driven in 7. Had some pop in the bat the last game as that throw over to Barron hit him right in that foot where he got hit in the first game on the 5th pitch. Not happy, shaking his head at Young. 2 secondary leads. There goes Falcone. Shocker. Gets away from Potter. Falcone about 1/3 on the way to 3rd after the stolen base. And if you look at Barron over at first, hobbling and gingerly getting into position, just pure discomfort. That foot's going to be bugging him all week. As that ball gets away from Potter, it's going to be a pass ball, stolen base once more. Falcone, you saw him steal 2 bags in the first of the last game and come around to score on an error. The 2-0. The 2-0 to Marschak is in there. Great location from Young on the low and away corner. But I want to mention Barron. When you take one to the back foot, especially for how hard Shulsky throws, it's a pitcher going to the University of Cincinnati. That's no joke. This ball's driven down the right field line, ranging on the right fielder, throwing in. That's going to be an RBI sacrifice fly to kick things off. MJ Marschak drives in Massimo Falcone. Once I get a number on that right fielder, I will identify the name. We were not given a lineup for game 2 for Woodland Hills, or else I would give the young man his respect and his due diligence. It's Troy Stimson, who's batting .400 for this Canon McMillan team, who's 6-0, undefeated in March. Comes to the plate with bases empty and a 1-0 lead. Young steps off. Large delay in between pitches. Probably one of the largest we've seen all day, the 1-0. Grounded right back up the middle. And Canon McMillan has its second hit of the ball game. So on 2 hits and a run after the sac fly from Marschak, Simpson continues his reign.
The catcher, Nico Petragus.
Nico Petragus wearing that number 8. The throw over. Barron places a good tag, good location on the throw over from Young, but Stimson, who has great awareness, is 3rd on this team with stolen bases in 6. Understands the situation there, takes his lead. Another slight step, starts to break, gets away from Potter once more. Another pass ball. Nika Petragus, 1-0. The delivery from Young is high. This one's driven over the head of the shortstop into left field. Rounding second, heading home after crossing third is Stimson. He will score safely. Rounding second after the throw gets away from Potter is Petragus, and Canon McMillan leads 2-0. So an RBI single turned into Petragus getting on third after an error on the throw-in.
First baseman, Braden Radu.
Braden Radu wearing that 47. The only athlete I can recall wearing 47 is Andre Kirilenko, NBA player, nickname AK-47. Who knows if he was going for BR-47. Doesn't really have a ring to it, but takes the first pitch strike. Runner on third is Petragus. Laskowski, rather. Came into pinch run for Petragus due to him catching. The one to Radu was a ball. Now the 1-1 is low also. So there's the 2-1 to Radu is up and away. Breaking for home is Laskowski. Safe. 3-1 on the wild pitch. Canon McMillan leads 3-0. So I mentioned some MLB players to wear 47. Die-hard MLB fans were probably like, how isn't this kid thinking of Tom Glavine? But I have a better one for you. Pittsburgh native Terry Francona wore number 47 also as the manager for the Reds. But Tom Glavine being the big one, Francona, local. I don't want to call him a hero, but definitely a known name.
Blake Simmons.
But if you're from Pittsburgh, you know how Pittsburgh people take it when Pittsburgh natives make it to the big leagues. So they feel like they know them, even though they've never had conversations with them. It's like, oh yeah, Terry Francona's a great guy. He's never talked to him once, you know. Canon McMillan leads 3-0. After a Radu walk, Laskowski pinch runs for Petragus, breaks for home on a wild pitch. So after a brief discussion between Potter and Young, we have Blake Simmons. Simmons takes the ball low and away. Simmons batting .417, leads the team in slugging percentage with .833. That's total bases over at bats. That's how you discover that. He has 5 ribbies. The 1-0. In there. Finds the corner inside. Young steps off. Trailing by 3 early. is Young in the Wolverines. The delivery is grounded to the right side, gets through the hole. It's going to put Radu on second, and a single for Blake Simmons as he continues his tear.
To aboard for third baseman, Keegan Williams.
What number was their second baseman wearing?
Their second baseman.
Now, Keegan Williams didn't start last game, but did have an at-bat. As the runners break, ball gets behind Potter. So moving up 80 feet. Or 90 feet, rather. In high school, it's still 90. 80 feet in, I think, Pony League. That's where I got mixed up. That's about the last baseball I've covered. But high school, they move up to 90 because you only got that one more step closer to college. The 1-0 to Williams is away. Potter tries to frame it, unsuccessful in doing so. So I don't know if that one was deemed a pass ball or wild pitch. Regardless, it's Radu and Simmons in scoring position. The 2-0 to Williams is driven to the right side. Coming up with it on to Barron for the second out. Radu will score. Canon McMillan will plate one after the Keegan Williams 4-3 putout for the RBI. That's Braden Lindsay at second base. So Lindsay on to Barron. Now it's Noah Westfall driven back. So Simmons and Radu moved up 90 feet. Radu scoring to plate the fourth run. Williams on the 4-3 putout. Gets an RBI, however. It's his first RBI on the season, that ground ball. Good pitch from Young, freezes Westfall. The 0-2. Young delivers. Up. Westfall batting .250 as 3 ribby. Had 2 RBI in the third inning of last game as this one's grounded. Concepcion sliding stop, struggles and slips on the mix of turf and grass. 5-0 as Blake Simmons comes across to score. Infield single, it will be ruled as, and batting around. The Big Macs have the possibility of doing, depending on Tazak's outcome of this at-bat. With the lead at first, a generous lead, some may say, for Westfall. Young not testing it. The first pitch to Tazak is outside. The 1-0. In there for a strike. Tazak batting 200, sees this one in the dirt. Going regardless was Westfall. They'll call it a stolen base. So just like last game, Canon McMillan taking advantage of what's given to him on the pass. The 2-1 is away. Curious to see what tomorrow has entailed. The 3-1 is lifted in the infield. Under it is Lindsay, and the third out is recorded on a pop-up called a P4. Regardless, Canon McMillan does some damage early. Similar to last game, it's 5-0 after one. It took them 2 the last time to put up 5, just 1 this time. Today's game is brought to you by Hellbender Marketing, a locally owned, Canonsburg-based company helping businesses stand out and grow. From custom apparel and promotional products to graphic design, signage, and full-scale marketing solutions, Hellbender Marketing delivers high-quality work with fast turnaround and attention to detail. Whether you're a small business, a team, or an organization looking to elevate your brand, they make professional marketing accessible and effective. Visit hellbendermarketing.com. Start your next project and take your brand to the next level.
Number 10, Braden Lindsay.
Heading into the top half of the second inning, 5-0 ball game. Canon McMillan leads Woodland Hills. It's Braden Lindsay rather. And Quentin Davis is out and left. Braden Lindsay, who recorded the last out on that pop-up, takes ball 1 from Koken. Now 2. It's 2-0. The 2-0 is chopped right in front of Petragas. He bare hands, throws on to first for Radu. Impressive play, fundamentally sound. He gets him down.
Petragas pops and throws out the runner at first.
Well, we have some time in between batters. Just want to give a quick shout out to Jason Harding, our part-time cameraman here at Keystone Global Media on Keystone Game Days. As Sean Saunders stands in. Thank you for all your do, Mr. Harding. As that one right down the heart of the plate. Koken's probably best pitch of the afternoon so far. Most heat. The 1-1. Inside, 2-1. The 2-1. Saunders fouls it back. The 2-2 from Koken to Saunders. Swing and a miss. Koken's first strikeout of the game goes swinging with a 2-3 putout. So back-to-back 2-3 putouts. That one due to a drop third swinging. The first one from Braden Davis's bat. Chopped high in front of home. Now it's Quentin Davis's turn. Sets up. Another shout out. We'd like to shout out Big Fellas Pizza in Canonsburg, located on 47 East Pike Street, for donating food for both the Big Macs and the Wolverines after this game. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Koken looks on. Tragus signals the delivery. Swing and a miss once more. The 1-2 from Koken. 3 in a row, swings. 3 up, 3 down. Heading into the bottom of the second. No hits for the Wolverines. Canon McMillan leads 5-0. This game is powered by Midtown Market, the new heartbeat of downtown Canonsburg. With food, shopping, entertainment, and even attractions like duck pin bowling, Midtown Market is bringing energy and excitement back to the center of town. If you're looking for something to do, this is the spot. Get downtown, check it out, and experience Midtown Market. Today's broadcast is also sponsored by MP Coney Island in Canonsburg, serving up their famous chili dogs and classic favorites since 1923. Again, it's all about the chili. Massimo Falcone leading things off. You probably heard me say that last inning. It's because I did. That means Canon McMillan went 1 through 9. They scored 5. 5 runs on 5 hits. Falcone down the left field line. It's going to be fair. He's rounding first, heading for second. He puts on the brakes. And Falcone's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Deja vu, a little floater into left. And you know he likes to steal. Has 10 stolen bases on the season after the 1 in the first inning. Looking to make it 11. That lead over there is large. Little stutter go. Heads back immediately after Young steps off. Marschalk in. Drove in Falcone last time on a deep sack fly to right field. Falcone got to third on a stolen base and then a passed ball. The throw over from Young to Falcone is good. He's in there. Barron tagged him twice just to make sure on the hand, then the helmet. A few laughs over there shared between Barron and Falcone. Falcone once again ranging off the first base bag. Young checks him. Throws over once more. It's going to be tough to get Falcone. He's a veteran base runner. Committed to Washington and Jefferson for baseball is Falcone. As this one's outside. Went anyway. We'll see what they rule it. Could be the 11th stolen base. Most likely. So call it that for now. The 2-0 to Marschalk. Generous lead at second. Falcone has. Away once more, 3-0. Marschalk 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and 2 stolen bases and a walk in game 1 of this doubleheader. This one's driven to the left side, coming up with it is Concepcion, has trouble. Had to range to his right. Ball kind of gobbled him up. Falcone advances to third. Again, we will wait on the official ruling on either base hit or error. Stimson now. Looks to take advantage of the opportunity laid in front of him. A wave and a miss on a ball in the dirt, heading for the plate as the ball gets past Potter. No contest. Falcone steals home. Marschalk thinks about third. He has himself in a rundown. Heading back to second. He is out. Marschalk hesitated, went, and then stopped. Did a complete turn and went full speed back into second. Regardless, that's going to go as a 2-5-4 putout to retire Marschalk after the wild pitch, and Falcone scores again. This one grounded to the left side, past the third baseman. Saunders rounding first, heading for second is Stimson. He has a stand-up double with one down in the bottom of the second.
Number 8, Nico Patregas.
First pitch to Patregas. Singled and scored Stimson last inning. Had a stolen base and then came home on a wild pitch to Patregas. That was the third run of the game. It's now 6-0 Canon McMillan, the 1-1. Driven to center field, ranging back to the wall, hits the top of the wall right above the lettering. That's probably the deepest shell of the field. Rounding second, heading to third, coming to score is Stimson. Patregas on the relay, celebrating with the dugout, probably could have made it home. Head coach Brendan Steele and Patregas. A little excited, but regardless, Canon McMillan leads. That's Patregas' second RBI of the ball game and as many at-bats.
Number 47, Radu.
Braden Radu now. That ball, this one's driven to right center field. Radu puts a drive into it. That one's out of here. So a ball that almost cleared the fence off the bat of Patregas just 3 pitches prior, probably 3 feet from missing the fence. Braden Radu says, "How do you do?" Has his second home run of the season, extends the lead for Canon McMillan. It's 9-0.
Number 16, Blake Simpson.
This one right to Concepcion. Blake Simmons. The throw gets past Barron. He rounds first, and he's going to be out. Baseball 101 instead after you get past that first base bag, but he thought he had a chance to make it to second. He turned into the infield, deemed that he was rounding, so after an error on the throw from Concepcion does no damage, Simmons is out. Keegan Williams up to bat. See strike one. Williams grounded out to second baseman Lindsey for an RBI, his first on the season. Brought home Blake Simmons. This one's driven to right field. No man's land. Right fielder not going to get there. Rounding first. Thinks about second. He's going to go for it now. Smart base running. The tag. Swipes him. Fantastic tag by Concepcion on the 9-4-6 putout. Retires the side for Canon McMillan regardless. After two, it's 9-0 Big Macs. This game is powered by Major Mallers, where the fun doesn't stop. Duck pin bowling, a great atmosphere, and everything Midtown Market has to offer all in one spot. It's the perfect place to hang out, compete, and have a great time with friends and family. Grab your crew, hit the lanes, and make a night out of it at Major Mallards in Cannonsburg. So now Isaac Potter in the 8th spot. Going to go 8-9-1 this time around to lead off the top half of the third inning. Koken's 1-0 was low. Behind the plate today is Potter as he's retired on a 4-3 putout. One down.
Number 1, Braylon Hart.
So in that bottom half of the second for Canon McMillan, you saw two unique putouts on the base pass. As it's Braylon Hart in there, batting in the 9 hole. The 1-0 is in there for strike one. But as I mentioned, the two unique putouts, it was a 2-5-4 putout to retire Marshchalk at second when he was trying to extend a play at third. This one's grounded to the right side. That's going to get through. First hit of the inning is through for Braylon Davis. So Anthony Barron, who singled and was caught stealing in his last time up, shows bunt, takes strike. And that second put out in the bottom half of the second that I never got around to was a 9-4-6 put out to end the inning after Simmons tried to stretch a single into a double after it was misplayed by Woodland Hills right fielder. Barron's 0-1 takes 0-2. Koken's 0-1 rather to Barron. It's now 0-2. Davis, who singled, is on first with one down. The 0-2 swing and a miss. He struck him out to second. The strikeout and the throw out. Petragus' day behind the plate has been everything but non-impressive. He's shined so many lights on these base paths, have threatened every single Woodland Hills base runner. And we head to the bottom of the third. It's Canon McMillan 9, Woodland Hills 0. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Seaside Sports, offering year-round baseball and softball training right here in Washington. Book your session at seaside.sports. Let me say that again, at seasidesports.com. That's the letter C. Today's broadcast is also sponsored by Boyer Pentec, your local experts in fire, water, and storm damage restoration. Learn more at BoyerPentec.com. 9-0, Canon McMillan leads Woodland Hills, bottom half of the third.
Number 10, Noah Westfall.
Noah Westfall up to bat. So it wasn't Simmons, it was Keegan Williams who tried to stretch that single into a double T. So the 1-0 to Westfall is in there. The 1-1 is now 2-1 after that ball skips past Potter. But all three outs were self-inflicted on Canon McMillan's side of things in the bottom half of the second. Key Williams singled, and then on that infield single, as this one's driven to Concepcion, another sliding grab. That's about the third one like that. Finally, he got him out with a pretty play, Concepcion. He tried it 3 times, that backhand slide. Throws over to Barron, and Westfall's retired to start the third.
Number 2, and Tazak.
So yeah, all self-inflicted. Williams rounded first, was tagged out, or Simmons rounded first, was tagged out. Williams was retired on a 9.46 putout, and Marshchalk was retired on a 2.54 putout. All base running errors. So one down, Tazak was across the plate. Young thought it was in there, but it's 2-0, a little bit down. The 2-0, driven to right field, right to the right fielder.
Center fielder, Massimo Falcone.
Now Massimo Falcone, who's 2 for 2, has 2 runs, 2 stolen bases, and 2 singles in 2 innings, not to mention. Maybe play 2-2-2-2 on the Powerball, but it really wouldn't mean anything unless you're Massimo Falcone. I don't even know if he's allowed to play the Powerball yet. So 0-1 is fouled. Nothing's fouled back. 0-1. The delivery from Young is high. The 1-1. In there for strike 2. The 1-2. High. One, 2. 2-2. 2 outs. Falcone drives this one foul and out of play. A little up and out of the zone, but shortened his swing, fouled it away, and stays in there. Falcone 2 for 2 with 2 singles. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Young delivers. High. Full count. 2 down. 9-0. Canon leads. Bottom 3. Young delivers. And for the 3rd time today in as many innings, Falcone reaches first. This time, base on balls.
Number 13, MJ Marchuk.
Marshchalk takes strike 1. Flew out to right his first time up. However, that scored Falcone from 3rd. This one, Falcone goes. Young cuts it off. Didn't even trust it. I don't know if it was a trust thing or just kind of reactionary. And I don't think Young was aware that Falcone was going. Kind of signals to his catcher, Potter. That's on him. It's the 1-1 and Marshchalk is away. Marshchalk in the 2nd inning reached on an error, and then that was that 2-5-4 putout that I spoke of. So the 2-1 to Marshchalk with 2 down. Falcone on 2nd. His 12th stolen base on the season. 3rd in this game. I believe 6th today. 5th today. Have to do some math. This one's lifted high and deep to left field. Ranging back is Davis over the wall. MJ Marshchalk. 11-0. Canon Mac leads over Woodland Hills.
Marchuk.
It's Marshchalk's first home run in the regular season. He had one against West Allegheny in the scrimmage, in which they defeated West Allegheny 6-0. That was actually the first live game of the Big Mac season.
Troy Stimson.
Second home run of the game for the Big Macs. Radu hit one in the 2nd. Also a 2-run shot. So a 2 RBI home run for MJ Marshchalk extends the Canon McMillan lead. Troy Stimson has a single and a double on the day. The 2-1. Fouled back. 2-2, 2 down, no one on. Troy Stimson fighting Young. Right at Davis. That's 3 down. Davis played that one well. Tried to play the home run as well as he could, but damage once more is this Canon McMillan lineup. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, none left on. We head to the top half of the 4th inning. It's 11-0. Canon McMillan leads.
Yeah, come in.
Yeah, someone knocked, right? I thought so. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I'm with you. I thought I heard somebody knock.
Today's broadcast is sponsored by Virginia Manor Shops on Green Tree Road, your one-stop destination for shopping, dining, and everyday essentials. Once again, one more shout-out to Big Fella's Pizza in Cannonsburg, located on 47 East Pike Street, donating food for both the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Canon McMillan Big Macs for the back half of this doubleheader. We headed to the top half of the 4th inning. I believe it's going to be Aaron Concepcion leading things off for the Wolverines.
Leading off for the Wolverines, number 3, Aaron Concepcion.
Koken's first pitch to Concepcion is driven out to left center field, ranging over to make the catch. Wonderful play. Massimo Falcone,
To make the first out.
5-tool player, not only using his speed on the base paths, but the outfield as well. Well, maybe not 5 tools. We haven't seen the power there yet out of Falcone, but he's got a few of them. It's Joe Young now. He swings and misses. Went about 75% of the way. This one misses.
I've never seen any check swing. He was always good.
Yeah, he went there. I mean, 100% he did.
The 1-1 on the check swing. 2-1. The 2-1. Fouled off to the right side, right at the Woodland Hills dugout. Maybe give some players a scare, but no one seemed to move. The 2-2. Young swings and misses. That's the one you were talking about. So Joe Young goes down on strikes.
Number 9, Jamar Turner.
Jamar Turner steps in. He's now finds himself in an 0-2 hole. The 0-2 delivery from Koken. looking.
Two more
After
strikeouts
3.5,
in that inning.
Canon McMillan 11, Woodland Hills nothing. We head to the bottom half of the fourth. This game is powered by Hellbender Marketing, where brands come to life. From custom gear and team apparel to logos, signage, and full marketing packages, they help businesses and organizations look sharp and stand out. If you want your brand to make an impact, Hellbender Marketing is the team to call. Check them out at hellbendermarketing.com. Start building something better today.
Henry Orban.
Henry Orban taking the spot of Nico Petregas. Petregas finishes the day 2 for 2 with an RBI, a single, and a triple. Also a stolen base in there. See if Orban can continue and do good things in his name. This one skied out to center field, tracking under it, making the catch pretty swiftly. Is the Woodland Hills center fielder.
33, Ryan Jordan.
And now batting for Braden Redu is number 33, Ryan Jordan.
Ryan Jordan.
Ryan.
The 1-0 to Jordan. That one's driven to center field, ranging on with speed, and another catch.
That was hit well.
An F8 and then an L8 for the line out.
Gavin Dantry.
Now Gavin Dantry, who we saw get tossed out at home plate. Didn't get tossed out in terms of ejected. He got thrown out.
Number 21, Gavin Dantry.
He now takes the spot of Blake Simmons. Dantry in the all Pittsburgh Pirate famous 21, except it's in Big Mac blue and yellow. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Breaking ball from Young freezes him. His most efficient inning of work so far. Let's see how he finishes. Young's pitch fouled away. (11-0). Canon McMillan leads after a 5 spot in the first, 4 in the second, 2 in the third. The 1-2 from Young. Inside. That one swung on to this time All 3 balls hit to that center field spot. This is the first one that got down. Gavin Dantry on base with a single.
Still Keegan.
Keegan Williams is still up.
Number
We
11,
had 3 substitutions in a row.
Williams.
Was Orban for Petragus. Jordan for Radu, and then Dantry for Simmons.
Keegan. Give it a ride, Key.
This one's bounced over the head of Young. Ranging on is Lindsay, on to Barron. Fantastic job by Joe Young in his most efficient inning of work. Heading to the top half of the 5th inning. The score stays. Canon McMillan will get this one due to a run rule. It's 11-0. Big Mac's lead. Koken will stay on the mound. So we head over to some sponsor reads. This game is powered by MP Coney Island, a true taste of Americana right here in Cannonsburg. Since 1923, they've been serving up legendary chili dogs, burgers, and comfort food that keeps people coming back for more. If you're hungry, there's only one move. Get to MP Coney Island and find out why they say, guess what? It's all about the chili. A lot of defensive switches for what could be the last half of inning baseball we play on this fine March 30th. This one's driven out to shallow center right beyond the infield turf, ranging in to get it was center fielder Gavin Dantry, but it was Alex Easlip who backpedaled a few steps, and 1 pitch, 1 down, 2 outs to go for chance of survival for Woodland Hills. Sean Saunders in there takes a ball up. So these defensive changes, Kloosterman in right, Kirker at second, Jordan on first. Easlip at short, Dylan Musser in left. Gavin Dantry went to center. I'm just going to stop talking because I think that's about it. But here comes the 2-1 delivery to Sean Saunders. He struck out on a 2-3 put out in the second. Coker's been uber efficient after that first inning. However, finds himself behind Saunders. The 3-1. That one's driven right back up to center field. Coming in is Dantry. He wanted to dive for it, but slowed up. Took those choppy steps and just ended up playing the ball on one bounce. Saunders gets his first hit of the day.
Number 7, Quinton Davis.
Second hit of the day. First hit of the game, rather. Saunders now 2 for 4 on the day. Considering what has been a lopsided affair in terms of the scoreboard, there's always personal wins within a game. As that hack on a ball above his head is Quentin Davis, now 0-1. On first is Saunders. Davis at the plate. 0-2. He struck out in the second inning swinging. Now behind 0-2. First 2 pitches were hacked at. Both balls above his head. Shows bunt on 0-2. Pulls. That ball gets to the backstop. Getting to second easily is Saunders. The 1-2 from Koken. The 2-2. Low. So he was fully headed after 3 consecutive balls. Now in a full count pitching to Davis. Davis, who hasn't had a great day at the plate, takes strike 3. So Davis strikes out for the second time of the ball game. He's 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts on the day. That's his first one looking. Potter, who grounded out into a 4-3 putout his first time. Skies this one. This should do it. Ranging back. Makes the catch. Coming in a little eagerly was Gavin Dantry. However, this one is over after Alex Easlip backpedals a few steps to get that fly ball. Canon McMillan takes them both today, improves to 7-0, and starts the season one of its best starts. It sometimes started 8-1 last year. However, they look to continue their dominance tomorrow as Woodland Hills travels right back here. Another 40 to 45 minute journey to McDowell Field. They'll be going through the same process probably around 5 o'clock tomorrow. First pitch 4 o'clock, so 5:30, 6 o'clock they'll be going through this process depending on how long the game is. Regardless, the doubleheader is swept. Canon McMillan wins 11-0 game 2, 15-2 in game 1. Matthew Koken delivered.
First pitch is scheduled for 5 p.m.
Struggled in the first inning, but through it all, had a pretty solid game. So, Canon McMillan defeats Woodland Hills. They'll be traveling here tomorrow. Another about 45-minute travel. Coaches in talks. Coach Steele, Coach Peanut Herbert. As we send it to you, and thank you, and we thank our sponsors, Merriam Outdoors Association, Boyer Pentec, Seaside Sports, Virginia Manor Shops, Hellbender Marketing, Midtown Market, Major Mallards, and MP Coney Island. Thank you for sponsoring us at Keystone Global Media. It was a Keystone Global game day in which Canon McMillan swept Woodland Hills on both doubleheaders, 15-2 game 1 and 11-0 game 2. Koken with the win in game 2 after 5 innings of work, and it was Seb Shulsky who struck out 12 and had a day in game 1. We thank you. This was Dean Shazer, and Keystone Global. We'll see you tomorrow.